Man64 Josh, and this is gonna be a little different video. I'm recording this live on Twitch.tv right now, talking with my community, and we are talking about the things that are lacking in this game, the things that were missing from the last game. And in my case, some of the things are I'm really missing them because they're the things that I would look forward to the most when playing Animal Crossing. And there were some things that I hoped that they would add to this game, but they didn't. So first, I'm going to read a handful of things from the chat here, okay? So first off, from Dr. Dax says, bulk crafting, yes, okay? Let us stack manila clams. Also, let us craft 10 at a time. That would be amazing. And this is my big one, and I'll touch on it a little bit more later, but also the Nintendo items we used to have, and I'll get into that after I read the rest of them here. But Pitterate says, I wish the paths handled diagonals as well as the cliffs and water do. Yeah, diagonals would be great. Everything's pretty much straight up and down. But here's the thing: if you look back on the old games, they it's crazy the amount of quality of life things that we do see in this game right now. But I can understand having that lack of not being able to do diagonals and stuff. Yeah, it makes sense. It limits what we can do. Let's see, moving on here. I Fight Dragons says touchscreen capabilities would be nice, like for picking up stuff or using the tools. Yes, if you're playing handheld, of course. Dr. Dax says, oh yeah, definitely more touchscreen would be nice, but also like more fine-tuned controls over terraforming. Sure. Jedi Alex says, I would love, or I wish you could kick the soccer ball. Dr. Dax says, and play instruments and arcade games. Nosmosis says swimming. Dr. Dax says, yes, swimming and diving. Missed that too. I believe Keyblader said that a little bit ago as well. So there we go. Those are some of the things. And so I believe that this game is going to see a number of updates. We're going to see a lot of this stuff added back in. I feel like this game was very front-loaded, meaning with the island having nothing and then us having to craft everything. It changed the way the game is played, and then now adding terraforming, I feel like they took Animal Crossing in a direction that allows for more customization to your island, and obviously decorating your island. And these things aren't. You could do that to a certain extent, and some people got very creative in New Leaf. I remember going to the Dream Suite and seeing some very, very creative islands or towns, and that's what this game has. It definitely has. I mean, if I walk over to where I'm putting all of my townspeople, like they're gonna be in their own little like suburb, and then I can go and create and terraform and do whatever I would like, and so that's cool that you can move them. Like it's great to have that freedom. I've never been one really that spent a lot of time like decorating and getting my town looking a certain way. I typically play this game for the collecting, and where and Dr. Dax mentioned it early, what I'm really missing is collecting the Nintendo items that would come through fortune cookies. And so I have a theory though. I have a theory that the Nintendo items in this game, just like, well, they weren't, I believe they're going to be used for marketing material. I believe that we are going to see, for Mario's 35th anniversary, a bunch of Mario stuff in Animal Crossing. And possibly it might even, there might be, like, if you have a game save of a certain game, maybe it unlocks something. I don't know. We don't know how they're going to address this yet. But I don't think we aren't going to see Nintendo stuff. We see Nintendo jerseys, we see Nintendo hats. They have some of the Nintendo stuff there. But that was one of the things I enjoyed the most. Like I said, getting the fortune cookie every day, which the way you got the fortune cookie, you had to walk around with your 3DS to get the coins from walking, and then that's how you would purchase them. So curious if fortune cookies are going to get added into this game. Swimming, things like that, going out and collecting, diving for things. It's not here. It's not here. And so there are a lot of strange things missing from this title that were in previous titles. At the same time, there's a lot of new things. And so it's odd for me. I think it's a little bit odd for a lot of us that have been gaming for a long time, that when you get so far into a series and you see things removed, you know, it's like when you think about a series like Mario Kart, they're always like, they always add something new, and then that stays part of the game, and then you move to the next game and all that stuff comes with it. When they added gliders, you know, in the last game where you can do the hover, where you basically hover and go upside down, that's all going to be a part of Mario Kart. We assume it's how it's always been, but this game changed it up. They took big steps to change this game, and a lot of it almost feels like to me it almost feels like a restart of the series. You know, it starts like it sounds like they this may be the way Animal Crossing happens moving forward. We don't know, and we don't know what's going to be coming out. We know on the box they mentioned something about in-game purchases, which we haven't seen yet. We also know that there are ties with it ties in with Pocket Camp, and you can purchase or not purchase, but you can add DLC content that way. So it's already there. I believe there's going to be a lot of free DLC, but chat's saying I hope they don't add DLC. Some people are saying they might be adding it later. I'm like, I have 150 hours in this game already, and I don't feel like I would be cheated whatsoever if they came out with DLC and especially if the DLC was like a city where we could go and see Gracie, Kix, the Comedy Store, whatever, you know, like there are a lot of places that we don't have right now that they could add in like a little, give us a city island that we could fly to, just like we can go fly to Harvey and we can go to the different islands. Give us a city island that has some of the shops and some of the things that we are currently, I mean, it's hard to say we're missing, but what we would assume would be there, right? So I do believe Deathman's saying this isn't a game that should have any paid DLC in his opinion, and I mean that's, you know, that's fine. The way we've seen Nintendo going forward is they add a lot of free DLC with some games, but then there's also some premium content as well, which is fine. If people are still working on this game, still creating stuff for it, absolutely. I mean, take my money right now. So Dr. Dax says take a boat with Cap'n to City Folk Island. There you go. City Folk Island would be cool. It would be cool. What if there was a way to go back to our old towns if you have a New Leaf save, right? Because they're already kind of tied together. You can do your QR codes and things like that. And a lot of people that are fans of the series typically hang on to their games. So you could go and visit your old town, possibly. You know, there's so much potential. So we'll just have to wait and see. But there are a handful of things that I feel like a person that plays like me, that's more about the collecting. I don't have anything that I really care about collecting, and I'm a longtime fan of Nintendo. I mean, I'm wearing a Super Mario Brothers hat. My avatar's wearing a Mario hat, Nintendo 64 shirt. Like, my house in New Leaf had 2 rooms designated to Mario stuff. You had Mario floors, you had costumes, all this stuff, and to see it missing, I don't know, it is kind of a bummer in my opinion. It doesn't mean that the game is bad or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. It's just the stuff that I was very excited for collecting, even though I've collected in other games. But I mean, it goes all the way back to the original Animal Crossing, where you could get the NESs in your game and then go play them. I mean, it was incredible. It was so much fun. I remember the first one I dug up and I was like, what? Like, I could actually play this? It was wild. It was wild. And so that's one other thing that we've kind of talked about with this game, is that it would be great if there was a way to gamify it a little bit more. In the last game, you could go to the island and play mini games with your friends. You know, you could open up a DS in New Leaf in game and then play a version of Tetris Attack that was Animal Crossing themed. Please bring that back. I would love to have anything to be able to compete with the people in my community while we're playing Animal Crossing. So let's see, from chat here, it says, Misto says, there's a lot of niche things people would pay for in this game. I miss Dream Towns. Absolutely. Absolutely. Patuli says, Animal Crossing City Folk was the first and only Animal Crossing game I've played until Pocket Camp and this game. So that would be amazing if we could fly our boat back to the place and it would have the hairdresser to unlock more styles or different DIYs and more quests from the city island. That would be amazing. So there you go. There you go. There is so much they can add to this game. I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of it. And it's, again, they're just, the other thing for me when it comes to like the breakable items or the breakable tools, I'm kind of over it, right? Like I was kind of over it with Breath of the Wild. I could see with like your flimsy tools and things like that, and at least they do last longer. But by the time you're working up to the gold ones and you only have so many gold nuggets, it'd be nice if those things wouldn't break. And hopefully they patch that out, because I think a lot of the community was like, what? My gold items are going to break also? So, yeah, hopefully it's fixed, you know? And we do see, I mean, Nintendo is quick when it comes to quality of life stuff. Right now we're in the middle of the egg day, you know, or the bunny day stuff, and eggs were everywhere. And they're still everywhere, but Nintendo came in, did an update, and dropped the amount of eggs we were seeing. So they are listening to the community. They are hearing us. And so, you know, we make videos like this, we make Reddit posts, we get on Twitter and whatever, and you can totally be, we can be pleasant about it. It's not like they gave us a bad game. The game's great. It's just, I know for me and the way I typically play, it's lacking a few things. Not the end of the world. So, yeah. Anyway, I want to hear from you guys. If you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, what's missing for you? What would you like to see added? Do you like some of these ideas? Do you think that they're crazy and you love the game just the way it is? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. We'll see you in the next video. Bye now.